Okay, I'm back with another video. I'm going to make this one short. So, over the weekend, I saw the new Planet of the Apes movie, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, with my dad. And he and I saw the first three Planet of the Apes reboot franchise movies in theaters. So we watched the new one, and I decided, kind of similar to my Madam Web movie review, and talking about the issue I had with some other superhero movies in general, I wanted to just give my thoughts on it real quick. I don't know if it's going to be a regular thing if I see a movie in theaters and I give my thoughts on it, but with this one I want to talk about it real quick. So, little thing, I may have said this in the last one, I don't remember. My general rule is if I'm going to see a movie in theaters, I avoid all other reviews, any types of spoilers. I don't even go to the Wikipedia page. I avoid as much as I can, so I don't have anyone else's opinion affect my opinion. I just see it fresh and share my thoughts going into it with an open mind afterwards. And so that's basically what I did here, but I wanted to wait a couple of days, then see a few other people talk about it and give my thoughts. So, like I said, overall, and I'm just going to make this quick, talking about the movie. So, overall, my whole life, I've been a huge Planet of the Apes movie. I've seen all five of the original franchise films with Heston and McDowell, and then I saw the 2001 movie with Wahlberg and Tim Roth. And then, like I said, I saw with my father in theaters the three ones with Andy Serkis when they came out. The first one came out, I was in high school, and the third one came out, I think I just started college. So it was really cool seeing all three of them, and then almost a decade later, seeing this one, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Really been looking forward to it, and he and I went to go see it. And like I said, it was saw it on the opening weekend, and overall, I loved it. It was really great. I still think of the four reboot, the very first one with Franco as the scientist who basically helped Caesar become sentient and the genius he was the best. And then the second one was good, really good as well. Third one more was okay. I really loved the first two thirds, but the last third, I wouldn't say it was rushed, but not the ending I would have expected, but it was still pretty good. I think Kingdom I'd place it above War, but below Rise and Dawn. But yeah, like I said, I avoided all spoilers going in. So when the opening scene, oh, and by the way, I'll kind of go into some details, so there'll be some spoilers. When the opening has Caesar's funeral from taking place right after right after War, I was like, okay, Kingdom's going to take place shortly afterwards. Then they say many generations later. Then I actually went on Wikipedia after the movie to see how far. I did not expect 300 years to go by. Though to be fair, the original movie we find out takes place like in the year 3900. Because in the third movie, a few surviving apes go back in time, so which in that time would be modern day 1970s. So, yeah, like I said, didn't know that it was that far of a jump in advance. So we follow a new ape, Noah, and how his, I guess, clan of apes are attacked by another clan, and basically Noah works with a chimpanzee, an orangutan, and a human girl who we later find out is named May, and she's one of the last remaining intelligent humans still alive in the world. And when they get captured by the I forgot his name. I have the Wikipedia page. Give me a second. What was his name? Proximus. Whenever Proximus captures Noah's clan, basically he's trying to open up a vault that had a bunch of human weapons inside. But May, her mission was to essentially get inside to steal some sort of satellite key inside the dam, bunker, whatever exactly it is, to help other humans that are still alive make contact with each other. And overall, the movie was really good. Once again, because I've seen all the Planet of the Apes movies, I was like, oh yeah, I remember this from not just the reboot franchise, but there were a few, references to the other films as well. One of my personal favorites, at the very end of the movie, May gets the key to the humans who are in some underground bunker, and then they're able to make contact with another group of humans in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I think it was Fort Wayne. Yeah, and I think that was the town that Charlton Heston's character in the first Planet of the Apes movie in '68 said he was from. Fort Wayne, Indiana. So I thought that was a really cool reference. And like I said, there were a few others. And one thing I did, like I said, I avoided any type of spoilers whatsoever. I didn't even go to Wikipedia because I didn't want to know who all was in it, outside of the few people I've seen on one or two interviews. So whenever I went home and looked up, I think this person looks familiar. I think this person sounds familiar. So a few people I knew. Let's see. Eka Darville. He was a former Power Ranger. He was Silva, I think is how you say his name. Who was one of the character who was like one of the, I guess, general apes to Proximus, which I thought was really cool. Let's see who else. Oh yeah, William H Macy as Trevathan, the human that May ends up killing later, which kind of reminds me of the whole a line from the third original franchise movie: a human could kill his brother, but he could never kill his dog. Like, I was not expecting May to straight up kill the guy, and that was awesome. Daichin Lockman, I think is how you say her name. She was on the 100 for the first two seasons. Talked about it a few times, so it was cool seeing. Like, as soon as I saw her, I was like, wait, isn't that the girl from the 100? But I couldn't remember her name. I was like, oh yeah, that is her. Which I thought that was really cool. And like I said, overall, a few other actors that I kind of recognized or thought seemed familiar. Let's see, what else? I really thought it was something different, which I thought was cool, because pretty much all the Planet of the Apes movies have had the apes riding on horses and using guns. So I thought it was kind of cool. After 300 years, there were like no guns left, but then they access the vault that has the guns. And kind of tying back to another reference, and it kind of is that the 2001 Planet of the Apes movie, or was it 2001 or 2000? I don't remember. It was one of the two with Mark Wahlberg. The apes didn't have guns because it had been so long since they've had the guns. And in this movie, they don't get to the actual guns like the very end of the movie, and May uses it to again kill one of the ape generals of Proximus clan, which, again, pretty cool. Kind of like, see, it made more sense here than it did back in the Mark Wahlberg Planet of the Apes movie. And then the whole flooding of the bunker, and then all of the Eagle clan or Falcon clan or whatever they were called, and then the big final fight between Noah and Proximus. That was awesome because, as far as I know, as far as I can remember, they never really have used birds in the Planet of the Apes movies. And again, I don't know if it was a reference or not, maybe just me overthinking it. An episode of Futurama, they go far into the future, and there's the, you maniacs, you blew it up, Fry does. They blew it up, referring to humans. Then the apes blew it up, and I think it's the birds blew it up, and I don't even know what that thing is. So it's like, maybe that's another thing. Like, I don't know if it was potential or not, but I just thought that was funny. That the apes have found a way to train birds to attack, and then like their whole culture with Noah's clan about raising the birds, him inventing his father who was killed, and then having to learn to work with his bird. And then also, I remember the guy's name now, Peter Macon, who was Rocca, the orangutan guy. He was in the Orville, and I think made a few voice roles on Family Guy. So like I said, so many really cool actors. Like, oh yeah, I recognize them. Let's see what else. Like I said, I'm just trying to, not really going through in order. Oh, and maybe this is just me. I remember the History Channel, back when they did history, actually had a series called Life After People. So in the opening, at the beginning of the movie, whenever Noah and his friends are climbing the buildings trying to find the bird eggs, it kind of reminded me like some scenes of that, where hundreds of years in the future, the buildings are falling apart and overrun with plant life. Thought that was cool. So yeah, like I said, overall, really love the movie. The few things I have that were more nitpicks, nothing too major. Like, I kind of wish Rocca hadn't died, and then like some of the other like little things here and there. But like I said, I only saw the movie once in theaters. I'm not one of those people that will see a movie multiple times in theaters. I'll definitely rewatch it when it comes on DVD. But like I said, overall, love the movie. Still think first two were better overall, and I think this one was slightly better than Kingdom was slightly better than War. And overall, it's been a really strong franchise. Hopefully they'll continue it, and maybe we'll get a sequel trilogy to the original trilogy. I mean, so far I've heard it's made like over $150 million, so really good start if they wanted to do a sequel to the reboot franchise. It's like, I could see them continuing the story. Oh, and I remember the last thing. So, I remember in the very first of the reboot Planet of the Apes movies, there was a subplot in the first half that just kind of ended abruptly in the middle, of the first manned mission to Mars. And it makes me think, at the end of the movie, when Noah is looking inside of a telescope, he's looking at the space, but we don't really know what he sees. He pulls back and he sees something. I'm wondering if they're going to finally tie that subplot back into this reboot franchise, where the humans that went to Mars, maybe they had some sort of like technology to make them travel the speed of light, or maybe they entered some sort of wormhole like in the 2001 movie, where it allowed them to travel to the future. And then that could be a way to tie into this reboot franchise, to where this fifth movie, the sequel to Kingdom, if they were to make a sequel, could be the reboot of the very first Planet of the Apes movie from '68, where you have a handful of astronauts who are on the Mars mission come back, and it's obviously, like I said, the year 23 something, and they've it's basically you have someone be like this franchise's version of Charlton Heston's Colonel George Taylor when he arrives back on Earth, and he could do the whole "you maniacs, you blew it up," and it's the ruins of, say, the Golden Gate Bridge instead of the Statue of Liberty, since this franchise for the most part just takes place in California. But like I said, overall, that's my thoughts on the franchise. What do you guys think? Have you where do you rank it with all the Planet of the Apes movies? Have you seen the original franchise 5 movies? And like I said, hopefully I can get back to you with more content in the future. Work finally is kind of slowing down. It's been pretty busy all throughout April, so that's why I haven't really posted anything for the last a month or so. But yeah, hopefully I have some content coming over the next couple of months that I have planned. Just waiting for the right time to actually get them written out and for script or bullets written out, and then be able to record it. So like, share, and subscribe, and hopefully get back with you with more content in the future. All right, take care.